we go from the Superdome. Roby's got to run up and get it at the 7. Nice return for Roby out to the 35. Brandon McGowan, Terrence Wheatley in on the tackle for the Pats. All right, so here comes Drew Brees. 75th straight start. He has been durable after that shoulder injury with the Chargers. Came here as a free agent, 4-year starter with a very good record. He has really been the face of the franchise turnaround here in New Orleans.
And early in this game, you will see the Saints a lot of different formations. They'll want to probe that New England defense, find something they like, and then attack.
Reggie Bush is inactive tonight. Pierre Thomas starts at running back. Brees to the air, and a deep shot downfield for Jeffrey Henderson. Right away, big gain for a first down. In front of Lee Bodden, a 33-yard gain.
Well, you got to know where Jeffrey Henderson is at all times. You put him in one-on-one coverage, I don't care how fast you are, Jeffrey Henderson has done this time and time again. What a great start for the Saints, and an outstanding throw by Drew Brees. And Henderson did a nice job of stacking Bodden, leaving room from the sideline.
And Brees did an outstanding job early in the game of keeping the safety in the middle of the field. That safety being Brandon Merriweather allowed that throw to go deep down the field. Merriweather couldn't converge.
Mike Bell, the lone back on first down. Brees throwing to Marcus Colston. Pushed out of bounds by Jonathan Wilhite. First down gain. I mentioned Reggie Bush inactive for the second consecutive game for New Orleans. So it is Pierre Thomas and Mike Bell are going to share the carries in the backfield. But so far it's been spreading it around for Brees. And what they do is get 5 guys, and all of them are eligible and dangerous in their passing game
every week.
Jarvis Green checks in on the Pats defensive front for 2nd and 4. Third play, third pass. It's Thomas. Well covered to the sideline by Gary Guyton. So we'll have 3rd down coming up. Extra defensive back in, 3rd and a couple. And then we'll run it with Thomas. Pierre gets the first down at the 22-yard line. From the 21, they run Mike Bell up the middle. A punishing back takes it to the 15, gain of nearly 6.
Well, I think this game is going to come down to red zone defense against red zone offense, Jaws. But take a look at Mike Bell running to the left. Watch the collision. Every time Mike Bell runs the football, he is looking for somebody to hit, and he makes a lot of hidden yardage after contact.
John, what'd you just say? Red zone comparison could be a big red zone game. Well, the Saints offense has been so prolific and many trips into the red zone. Patriots haven't allowed a lot of teams in, but when teams get in, they score TDs. Brees looking for one. Broken up. Great play as Bodden comes over with Merriweather to knock it away from a would-be Henderson catch.
Well, that was a situation where Drew Brees was looking to his left, and he really took Brandon Merriweather right to the football. You'll see Brandon Merriweather at the top of your screen, to the left there, but Brees stared that one down. Good safety in this league, and certainly Merriweather is becoming one who will read the quarterback's eyes, because that will take him to the football.
Great pickup by Pierre Thomas on an early blitz.
Tully Banta-Cain into pass rush with Jarvis Green on this 3rd down. And they'll hand it reverse action with Thomas. Be shy of the first down. At the 11, Mike Wright comes over to make the play. We have 4th and about a yard. Let's see what Sean Payton will do.
Well, that last play was an old-fashioned Statue of Liberty. They motioned out of the backfield. They came back into the backfield, ran the old-school Statue of Liberty. Sean Payton is deep in his playbook tonight.
That was a play Chuck Knox ran with the Los Angeles Rams in the mid-70s.
They will go for the field goal here early on. John Carney becoming the 6th man to play in 300 NFL games. No! 31 yards. And the Mark Brunell hold off the upright and doinks in for the game's first points. Matthew Slater is back for Thomas Morstead's kickoff. He has a very big leg, And no return. Touchback will start at the 20. First down, Brady with time. He takes a shot down the field. It's incomplete. Credit Sam Aiken, who was out with a hip injury last week. And Tom Brady steps back on this field for the first time since winning Super Bowl 36 at the age of 24. Tom had not been back in the Dome since. Told us last night he remembers that first play like it was yesterday. Remembers the play call and then everything else that led to that dramatic win in Super Bowl 36. Lawrence Maroney's the back on 2nd and 10. And here goes Maroney working left, eluding Will Smith, and a nice run for Maroney. Darren Sharper takes him down, a gain of 22 and a first down.
Now, almost overlooked in this Patriots offense has been the running of Lawrence Maroney. You'll see him in the backfield there. Little misdirection play with Logan Mankins coming around. And what you're seeing is the hard running. A missed tackle, first of all, you've got to make this tackle, Will Smith, at the line of scrimmage. Now he's at the second level of defense, and that's when the explosive plays come. But Lawrence Maroney, as of late, has been really running hard.
An unbalanced line gave Maroney the space for his second longest run of the year. 42, play action for Brady. Maroney turns his shoulders. Knocked out of bounds by rookie Malcolm Jenkins. Maroney runs up the middle for a first down into Saints territory at the 45. Once again, extra offensive lineman for the Patriots. Fake the reverse to Welker. Moss going downfield deep is covered, so it's right back to Welker, who gets about to the 40-yard line. We'll give him a pickup of 5 on first down.
Well, it was play action pass, maximum protection, pretty much a one-receiver route. Randy Moss going down the field. Randy Moss will fly when he knows he's the primary receiver. Look at that speed. Look at him split the coverage. Tom just didn't see him. He went out in the flat. But he had Moss open.
Quick snap, 2nd and 5. Maroney working up the middle for about 3 or 4 yards.
I really like the way Lawrence Maroney is running the football. Bill Belichick finds a weakness in every opponent. And in the last month of the season, the New Orleans Saints have had a hard time stopping the run. And Lawrence Maroney has thrown the first punch tonight. 3rd down is short. This is an area where the New England Patriots are 19 out of 23. They love to run quarterback sneaks, but I think this is a little bit too far, Josh.
I would agree with you.
Kevin Falks the back, 3 receivers. Brady will throw on 3rd and 1. It is low for Moss, incomplete. Takes a shot at the back end of the play from Sharper. Let's see what happens on 4th and a yard.
This is a good old-fashioned slant from the shotgun. You see Randy Moss win to the inside. The ball's a little bit low and away, but that's a good cap-off by Darren Sharper, just to let Randy Moss know, I got my young corner's backside.
Yeah, unusual to see Tom Brady put that one low. He usually puts that one right on the belt buckle so Moss could protect himself.
Pats will go for it. And they give up the middle to Sammy Morris, who will pick up the first down. Getting down to the 33. Sammy Morris back in the lineup. He's been out the last 4 games with a knee injury, and that gives a more of an every down back to go in this running rotation.
Powerful running back, and he runs behind that big old offensive line of Logan Mankins, Dan Copen, and Matt Late on that left side. Base blocking, and just take the defense and move them beyond the line of scrimmage for the Patriots' first down.
Mike McKenzie, signed this week by the Saints, is in as an extra DB. Here's Maroney to the left. Couldn't get away from Jonathan Vilma. Never touched his knee down, so he was able to get about 1.5 yards out of the carry.
You know, going back to Mike McKenzie, You said he hadn't been here for a while. No, he just got off the plane last night. This guy was a heck of a corner for the Packers, for the Saints. He's back playing in the nickel tonight, and this is just an excellent open field tackle by the Saints captain, Johnny Velma, who's had an outstanding season.
Here's McKenzie, 33 years old, going to fortify the secondary because of the injuries. Kevin Falk in the slot, 2nd and 9. The 5-man rush. It's all blocked up, and there's Falk away from Shanley. First down into the red zone at the 13-yard line.
This Kevin Falk, welcome back to Louisiana. Watch this route. You cover Welker, you cover Moss. You better keep an eye on Falk, who works in and back out against Shanley, a linebacker. This guy can run all kind of routes, and he makes more hidden yardage and first downs than any Patriot I can remember. But that's a big-time route for a specialist, and he is certainly that.
Well, the Saints better get some pressure on Brady, or he'll make those throws all day long.
Run to the right. Sammy Morris across the 10 to the 9-yard line. Roman Harper made the tackle. It's become more and more of a red zone league, guys. How you do in the red zone usually impacts if you win or lose a game. Here are the numbers for these teams inside the 20s this year.
Well, when you look at the Patriots, not very good, but they get down there a lot, so they score a lot of points. And really in the red zone, it's paramount that you be able to run the football. Most teams now are rushing 3, 500, 3 deep, kind of setting up for field goals. So you have to be able to run against those 3-man fronts when they're playing coverage.
Drive goes past 6 minutes as they run it with Maroney to the right. Got out of 2 on tackles. Very close to the first down as Vilma and Harper tackle it.
Well, back to time of possession, though. The New England Patriots, 34 minutes a game. And if they can have 34 or 35 minutes of clock tonight, that's a lot less they got to deal with Drew Brees in this offense. But here's that short yardage situation. They love to run the quarterback sneak, and when they can compress the defense to stop the sneak, they run the stretch play to the outside. But I didn't anticipate a quarterback sneak here.
6 offensive linemen. Mark Mavor is the extra one. Brady will hand to Maroney, going left side, trying to get the first down. They'll check the spot in the measurement.
John, the Saints defense anticipating that quarterback sneak. They were down in those A gaps, and they were not going to give Brady that opportunity to sneak it up in there. So they run those stretch play. Really nice job by Maroney. Sees it back to the inside, close to the first down.
That's what the Patriots do. They get you into a short yardage situation. They run so many quarterback sneaks. You have to compress your defense to stop that play. And when you do that, they run that stretch play just like they did there.
They're short. Patriots have already converted a 4th and 1 on this drive. They're 5 of 6 on 4th and 1 situations thus far this year, and they'll stay out and look like they're going to go for it.
You gotta love this. I mean, this guy, he's got a lot of confidence in this offense. You could sense it last night, guys. And he should.
Morris and Maroney the backs. Maroney, first down, touchdown, New England. Heck of a drive for the Patriots.
Well, it's just another off-tackle play to the right side of the formation, but look at the surge. Look at the movement, and look at the backside blocking. And Lawrence Maroney has scored more touchdowns in the last 5 weeks than I can remember. He is hot. That's an impressive championship drive to answer a score with one of their own.
And Nick Kazzer, number 77, the right tackle. Wow, he was in the end zone. Maroney untouched till he got to the goal line.
Stephen Gostkowski adds the extra point. And Gostkowski's kick will tumble down to Roby on a run at the 10. Courtney tried to get out to that far side, but was chased down by Patrick Chung. First drive started at the 35, this at the 25. Brees with the pocket compressing, fires a shot. Shockey hangs on despite the big hit from Merriweather. 15-yard first down.
Drew Brees has amazing pocket awareness. He feels the rush. But you'll see Shockey right there from the inside, pushes up on McGowan, feels that void and settles in and takes a shot from Merriweather. Now Brees in the pocket. Look at the mobility. That's quarterback mobility, stepping up, avoiding the rush, and follow that up with an accurate throw.
One Kane hit another. Both of them went to Miami. From the 40, here goes Thomas in the middle. Pierre pushed the pile forward. That's a great first down gain of 5.5. John, when you talk about those formations Jaws was mentioning earlier on, the first 15 plays so important as guys script them. What are they looking for when Sean Payton does that?
Well, especially against a guy like Bill Belichick, you want to see what personnel you get from their defense to every personnel group that you send out on your offense. Are we getting a nickel? Are we getting a base defense? How do they react with motion? So after 15 plays, Sean will have some beat on the Patriots, and that'll help him make adjustments throughout the game.
Henderson, and he was stopped for a short gain. A nice job coming off the end by Tully Banta-Cain with Vince Wilfork for the stop.
Well, not only is Banta-Cain waiting on this reverse, but take a look at Vince Wilfork split a double team, and look at this lateral pursuit. How would you like to be a wide receiver and have Vince Wilfork land on you? Wow. I love watching this guy play. For a 340-pounder, he's got tremendous athletic ability.
And these are the times you talked about when he's out, you don't get that push in the middle, but you're in a 3rd and 4 situation. Brees firing downfield and just a step ahead of Robert Meacham, who was splitting through the defense. Banta-Cain at the pressure on Brees.
I think Drew Brees is looking to Colston on his right, and he sees he has single safety, and he says, you know what, there's my friend Meacham. I don't think Robert Meacham expected the football. Drew Brees had a matchup. They're going after Lee Bodden tonight.
Look at this here, guys. They lined up with a little bit of a wrinkle just in their alignment for the punting. As Thomas Morstead lined it up in a slot with Pearson Prelow as personal protector in the quarterback spot. But now the rookie Morstead, who is the special teams player of the conference last week, kicked to Wes Welker. And look out for Welker taking flight. Wes Welker with room to run gets brought down by Roby just across midfield.
Boy, empty backfield, 5 wide receiver look, spreading them out.
Brady steps up against the 3-man rush and throws an interception. A welcome back Mike McKenzie. Signed a week ago today. Down at the 40. First turnover of the game. 7th time Tom's been picked off this year. The Saints get it right back, and Mike Bell is sent back the other way by Gerard Mayo. Gain of 4. Here's the pick.
Well, the play had a chance. They have Randy Moss coming across the formation against Mike McKenzie. You'll see Randy run a quick slant to the inside. I thought Tom had him on time, but Brady moved to his left. He was late, I think, down the middle, and that's a problem. And Mike McKenzie, he's been playing football a long time. He undercut him, made a nice play.
Yeah, and Tom was late because there was pressure. He had to step up, and then Randy Moss drifted up the field rather than coming hard across the field.
Thomas with a big surge into the secondary. Thomas takes it all the way to the 30. 25 first down yards for Pierre.
Well, overlooked in this very prolific Saints offense is their running game. Base blocking, you see a terrific job by Bushrod and Hicks. Watch the block on Wilfork, the double team by Nix and Goodwin. Put him on the ground.
That does not happen often.
This Patriots group used to playing big games. A little bit different for the Saints. They're 10-0, taking on the Pats 7-3 as our second quarter begins. This down run with Bell. Mike's going to get about a yard or so to the 29-yard line. We have an injured Saint down. Is that the running back Bell? Looking at Mike Bell, who walked off under his own power. It's certainly any injuries that guys go down, you're going to question how are they? Is it a head injury? We'll watch Bell. Throw by Breeze is caught by Meacham. He gets cleaned up by Burgess after Darius Butler was holding him.
When you're a zone blocking team, you have got to block on the backside. And here, Stinchcomb, the right tackle, Jeremy Shockey are late getting that backside cutoff block. And if you don't secure Ty Warren, he has made a living being a top-flight run defender.
Quick snap on third down as they try to get Thomas jumping through. And the guy John talked about in Monday Night Countdown, Vince Wilfork impacts the play. It's 4th and 1 for the Saints.
Well, Vince Wilfork, he is a tremendous run player. He lines up everywhere. Here you see him on the left side, just disengaged from a block. That's an excellent play. Now the Saints are going to go for it themselves on a key 4th and 1.
Sean Payton, much like Bill Belichick, very unconventional, and they will be aggressive.
Giving it to Pierre Thomas, who gets the first down, following the block of Jermon Bushrod.
How about these two coaches? I tried to tell you that, Jaws, in the pregame, that these two coaches have CEO-type quarterbacks. They have tremendous confidence in their offensive football team because of their field general quarterbacks. And there you saw Drew Brees. Can a pass to a run or change a play to another play? This guy does a lot for the New Orleans Saints above the neck.
I was paying attention, Coach.
Back in the red zone. Brees swinging to Thomas. Able to get away. Pierre Thomas on his way. Touchdown Saints. Away from Burgess and Thomas. They couldn't make the tackle.
Well, they fake a screen to the left. They come back with a screen to the right. And it's just more of Pierre Thomas in the open field. What a season Pierre Thomas has had for the New Orleans Saints.
Extra point for John Carney. Just sneaks it in the right upright. It's a big weapon in this team. The kickoffs of Morstead, they're tough to return. Brought from 3 yards deep by Matthew Slater. Taken down 25-yard line. Roman Harper, the starting safety, got him there. Mentioned the last drive was a pick thrown by Brady, a takeaway for the Saints defense. They've been very effective in turning those into touchdowns. Now New England gets it from the 26. Welker takes the end around and gets 3 yards. Stephen Neal is the Patriots shake it up. He has missed the last couple of games with a head injury, and bring that up one more time. You have to start asking that with every player who gets hurt, and it doesn't look like a lower leg or an arm injury because of the awareness we saw with Roethlisberger and Warner yesterday. It's being talked about all around the league. Neal out, Dan Connolly in. 2nd and 7. Here's Welker over the middle, gets it in his hands, and Welker on back-to-back plays picks up the Patriot first down shy of the 40.
This is a great play to run against the zones. They love to throw it to Welker underneath, but take a look at the back. Come out of the backfield and block. Just as Wes Welker catches the football, the timing of Maroney's block gives Welker a chance to run after the catch. That's a designed play where they block downfield just as Welker catches the football.
From the 39, Maroney, who has a rushing touchdown already tonight, takes it to the 43-yard line. A first down gain of 4 for Lawrence. It's been solid for the Patriots for their last 5 games. This is a New England team that had a little fits and starts, I guess, to start the season. We saw them rally against Buffalo the opening Monday night, then lose to the Jets. Finally, after the Denver game, which was their 5th game, the overtime loss, seemed to hit a stride, 59-0 over Tennessee. Second and 6, and Brady forced to take a timeout. 5-man pressure from New Orleans. Sammy Morris couldn't hang on. It'll be third down. Vilma on the coverage.
You know, the New England Patriots use a lot of pre-snap motion to give Tom Brady an indicator as to where the blitz is coming from. That time they did an excellent job. They saw the blitz coming off the left side. They picked it up. They just got to make those plays because third and long against this defense and this noise is a real adventure.
And, John, I'm surprised the Saints are playing as much man-to-man defense as they are, considering that depleted secondary they have. But so far, so good for them.
Only 3 rush, 8 drop in coverage. Brady throws complete, nowhere to go for Sam Aiken. It is Mike McKenzie again with another impact play.
McKenzie's been here a week. He looks like he's been here a year.
But look at the defense, Ron. They end up rushing 3, and they have 8 men in coverage. And McKenzie sees it all the way and breaks on the football. That's just a good design defense in a third and long situation once again by Greg Williams and the Saints staff.
Again, Reggie Bush inactive. Devery Henderson goes back to return punts. Figure the Saints will put pressure on Chris Hansen, who had 1 block last week. Room for Henderson to run from the 14. Taken out of bounds, shy of the 25-yard line. Eric Alexander over there on coverage. First and 10 for the Saints from their own 25. Breeze. Looking downfield, wide open is Henderson. Goodbye, touchdown. "75 yards. Bill Belichick told us last night, the one thing you don't want to do, don't give it all up in one play. They just did.
He has a slogan, do your job. Someone for the Patriots didn't do their job.
Carney adds the extra point. It's just the second time all year the Pats have given up a pass play of more than 40 yards, and this was an extremely busted coverage. 2 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Slater. Shy of 25. Troy Evans, the tackle. Belichick rallying the defensive troops. Look at Maroney put his head down, run over Harper, and it's close to the first down. First down from the 34, second carry with Maroney, left for 2.
Keep an eye at the top of the screen. Chris McAllister is in the game.
Second and 8, Brady down, sack. Bobby McCray and Will Smith meet at the quarterback.
But Tom Brady was looking left to Randy Moss. The Saints did a really good job of coverage over the top and coverage underneath. When the Patriots go play action, they normally like to get the ball down the field. But Bobby McCray kept the pass rush coming from the outside and gets a sack. But really, really strong coverage in the secondary by the Saints.
Third down. Rushing 3, 8 covering as Brady slides and fires a shot clock. Down the middle for Aiken. Sam takes it to the 35. A first down, a gain of 33 for Aiken out of North Carolina.
In a third and long situation, you've got to get people to Tom Brady. If you don't, he will move. He will slide. He will buy some time and allow receivers to uncover, as Aiken does deep down the field on a 3rd and 13. But look at Tom Brady. Look at the eyes, looking downfield, trying to find an open receiver. The bottom line was he had time. He had protection.
Toss Maroney left Moss didn't get any sort of a block on that side. And a gain of about 3. Jeff Charleston in on the tackle.
You talk about Tom Brady, the eyes, all that fancy stuff.
Yeah.
How about the throw?
That's pretty good.
This guy just ripped it in there, made a throw that not many guys can make. But when you look at the New Orleans Saints right now on defense, Randall Gay, their starting left corner, is out of the game. They're already missing Jabari Greer. That guy is Chris McAllister. That's right, the guy from the Baltimore Ravens. He and Mike McKenzie are playing in this game. They've been out of football for a year.
It's their first action. McKenzie signed a couple of weeks ago. McAllister a couple of weeks ago. McKenzie this past week. Brady's throw for Welker. A half step behind. He wanted the flag on the rookie Jenkins. Not getting it.
There's Welker one-on-one with the rookie Malcolm Jenkins out of Ohio State. He's just going to take it right up the seam. I thought he got away with a little grab right there.
A little? He tore his jersey off.
Boy, that's why I used to throw headsets and go crazy. You can't miss that call. Jenkins got away with one.
Yeah, and to this point, we have not had a penalty flag thrown even in the game. They're down. This time they rush 5. Brady steps up, but goes down. Scott Fujita chases him down.
And there's a flag that probably will get holdings this time on Welker. McAllister on the coverage.
That's one way to defend Welker.
Tackle him.
Illegal contact. Number 41 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Look at Roman Harper for the game's first flag.
There's Harper right here, walling off Welker. And you're not allowed to engage these guys 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. I think that might have been a little payback for the previous play, John.
A little jostling going on.
Maroney to the right, patiently waiting for a hold to develop. Able to get 4 yards out of it. To the 21-yard line goes Lawrence. Randy Moss, no catches here thus far this evening. We are 25 minutes into the game.
You know, it's mind-boggling. Mike McKenzie and Chris McAllister are now on the field. They've been here, the two of them, for a total of 3 weeks. Well, who do they get? Randy Moss, Wes Welker, one of the best tandems you'll ever see in the National Football League.
There's Maroney again, gets to the 20 with Vilma and Shanley awaiting. Brady got rid of it. Welker caught it. They finally bring him down. Jenkins with the second hit. I think Harper may have gotten him first.
Boy, Roman Harper is having a big game. He's their leading tackler, but they run a crossing route. They're expecting man-to-man. You're going to see Welker come across and come underneath Aiken. And Roman Harper's playing with his eyes, made a good break on the ball. That's a nice collision. Red zone defense. Key stop for New Orleans.
And and tackling Welker, who's so great yards after the catch, you know? So important in this game. Gostowski from 36. Gostowski's kickoff can take Roby into the end zone and Courtney from a yard deep. Slips and falls so he can still get up and run, and got out to the 25. Pierre Thomas the back. Breeze getting it to him, weaving through traffic. Thomas gains about 3, maybe 4 yards.
You know, this New Orleans Saint offense, I've never seen anything like it. Drew Brees threw for 5,000 yards last year and didn't have a receiver have 1,000 yards receiving. This year, they don't have a receiver in the top 30, Ron. They're not going to have a 1,000-yard rusher, but when they run the ball, they got 2 guys with over 500 yards and 5 yards a carry. They don't discriminate. They use everybody. I don't know who's coming in some of these formations.
As Drew says, be where you're supposed to be, and I will find you.
Somebody thinks it's a run. It's not. It's a throw. And Breeze gets it to Henderson, who gets the first down at the 35-yard line with Tully Banta-Cain out in coverage to make the tackle. Guys, you're talking about this New Orleans offense, and you watch Henderson on this grab for the first down. The challenge for the defenses of so many different players in the passing game.
So many different players, so many different formations. They challenge you mentally. Each time there's a change of personnel, you have to react to it. And more often than not, you don't have time. And that's when you make mistakes.
Breeze has hit 5 in a row. Thomas rushed for about a yard.
But, you know, a couple of years ago, Robert Meacham, Devery Henderson, they were situational receivers. They used them down the field. Now, under wide receiver coach Curtis Johnson, these two guys have developed into all-around receivers. I mean, these guys are big-time, all-purpose, every-down wide receivers. That guy, Curtis Johnson, he had Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne at Miami, Florida. That guy's the best receiver coach I've seen work on the grass.
Sensational coach. All of his former players swear by it. Breeze, 2 fakes. Middle is open for David Thomas. The expatriate takes it to the 39. A first down as we hit the 2-minute warning. Darnell Dinkins in at tight end as Breeze loads for a shot downfield for Meacham. Got it. New Orleans touchdown.
John, your guy, Sean Payton, he's out there. He is dialing him up right now. He is just dictating to that Patriots defense. Formations, motions, personnel packages. They don't know what's coming.
That pass was 38 yards. Carney's all over the map with the kicks tonight. That one's in 24-10. That is 3 consecutive possessions with touchdowns.
There's the score. It's a full protection boot. They're going to full protect and allow Breeze to come out here and set up and work Robert Meacham on a post pattern across the free safety's face. And he is flying it. And this is one heck of a throw, Josh. But Robert Meacham is really growing up as a pro football player. These guys love coming to practice, working under Sean Payton, because they all know they have chances to make big plays. But what a sensational throw.
Look at Drew Brees. He knows he has this throw. He has the middle of the field open. By design, they created the touchdown. Manufacture big plays. Get defenders out of position. Right now, Sean Payton dialing him up. Drew Brees executing. These last 3 drives have just been spectacular.
I mean, the Saints have almost 290 yards in the first half. We still have football to watch, Josh.
Bill Belichick can't be happy with the performance of his defense right now.
24-10. Impressive. Morstead kicks. Knee taken by Terrence Wheatley. 2-minute time for the Pats with 2 timeouts. Maroney. Big block, gets to the sideline, picked up about 8.
Boy, these 2 coaches are dialing up some screens tonight. There you saw Tom Brady sprinting to his right, looking to his right, throwing back to his left with a design screen. And McKenzie had a chance to make that tackle, but a good open field run. And a nice job getting out of bounds.
Well, Brady knows this is a shootout right now. They've got to put points on the board. This defense can't stop Drew Brees and the Saints offense.
Where's Randy Moss? Brady hit as he throws, incomplete. Pressure getting to top from Anthony Hargrove. The guy was suspended for a year. Multiple violations of the substance abuse policy. He's gotten his life straightened out. He's playing good football.
You know, this guy, Anthony Hargrove, he's a great story. He just comes right up the middle. He filled in for Cedric Ellis when he was hurt. This guy is one of the great stories in the National Football League. He's had a lot of trouble in his past. He's figured it out here with the help of these New Orleans Saints, and he's a force right now rushing the passes.
3rd and 2. Once again, open receiver is Aiken, and he thought he was able to get by without being touched down by contact, but he's down. 1st down at the 35.
Well, the Saints came with pressure, and Greg Williams loves to bring the heat. He blitzes about 52% of the time in passing situations, but an outstanding tackle by Mike McKenzie on Aiken, or that may have been a really big play.
Brady hit by McCray, and that's why the throw is off target and incomplete. Bobby McCray, in his 2nd year as a Saint, came in and hit Brady. And a flag down late in the secondary.
Holding. Number 27 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Rookie Malcolm Jenkins.
Well, these are all passing situations now, Ron.
Right.
And I got a good feeling that Greg Williams is going to continue to mix it up. You know, it's not been a blitz every other play or every play. Sometimes they're just rushing 3 guys, but they have the Patriots on their heels right now.
Number 40, Brady just throws that one toward Welker. Welker and Faulkner in the same area. 5 in the pattern for Brady. This pass is caught and finally able to go up and get one downfield is Moss at the 42. And New England will take a timeout with 44 seconds left. The young Patriots secondary has its head spinning with everything the Saints do in their passing game. That's a huge part of the story right there. 229 in passing yards for New Orleans. But I'm telling you, the Saints secondary, as guys have only been here a couple of weeks, so this by no means is over. Brady, Falk, what a shot by Sharper. Inbounds, clock runs, Falk gets up. Timeout taken, New England. Brady steps up down the middle for the tight end, Watson. Sharper going down the middle with him, and Pearson Frelo, the other safety, in coverage.
Well, Brady recognized the man coverage. He had Watson down the seam. He put it on his hands. You'll see the ball coming in over the top. Hit him in the face. Aprelu in really, really good coverage.
Second and 10. They bring the pressure, and Brady takes a shot downfield. Incomplete for Isaiah Stanback. He's in at one of the receiver spots, and I think we should talk about that for a minute here, guys. So the receiving core for the Patriots, you have Moss and Welker, who get the lion's share of the attention and the catches. You have Sam Aiken, Isaiah Stanback playing the other receiver spots here tonight.
Yeah, McAllister on Stanback on this deep throw, and you'll see Stanback, the ball's coming. McAllister, the wily old veteran, hooks the hand.
Pretty good coverage, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree. Falk back in the game, 3rd down. Field goal from here is just about 50 yards. Brady shot down the middle again for Watson, incomplete. With 18 seconds left, and the field goal unit's coming on.
The Saints secondary has really been sharp tonight. They're deciding to rush 3. Play a coverage-based scheme. Get a lot of bodies back in the secondary.
Well, it's too deep, and they're going to try to get Ben Watson on a middle read down the field. Tom Brady, he's got all kind of time. I don't think they're even honoring Brady as a runner. I believe he's going to have some opportunities in the second half to put it down and run. They're dropping everybody.
Gostowski from 50. Missed it left. No good. He's going to take a knee and head on out of here with the lead. Work to do for the Pats at halftime. Breeze is 11 of 13, 229 yards, 3 touchdowns. Morstead with the kickoff to start the second half, and it's another no return. From the 20, the fake to Welker, and they get it to Maroney on the pass for 5. Comes down on the ground, ruled a fumble, and picked up by the Saints, Cedric Ellis. Down at the 19, and the ball may have come out on the back end of that. And the Patriots apparently have recovered this second fumble. Let's go back to the initial one.
This is a great job by Scott Fujita knocking it out of Maroney's hands. This is why defensive linemen don't carry the ball. But Cedric Ellis has just got to protect the football, go down. But an excellent effort by the New England Patriots competing to get it back. That's a huge turn of events.
Well, Greg Williams, the Saints, does a great job of coaching turnovers. He did there. Fujita batted it out.
Kevin Falk did a great job of getting back in there. And now we have a whistle. Sean Payton over here on the sideline. I don't know if he threw the challenge flag. I'm obscured from their sideline. I believe he did. Pete Morelli now coming over for a conversation.
New Orleans has challenged the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact after recovery of the fumble. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner lost the ball prior to going down. New Orleans will be charged a timeout and a challenge.
And Sean Payton, who does not have a lot of success with replay challenges. And guys, I have no idea what in the world they were thinking challenging this. This is right in front of them. They think Cedric Ellis is down. And that's a waste of a challenge and a timeout.
Oh, he was standing up when he fumbled the ball.
But it gives Sean Payton plenty of time to yell at somebody.
Yeah, well, good.
Who do you yell at? You yell at himself.
When you lose a challenge and a timeout, you may need that at some point. In any case, back to the Patriots ball at the 19, first down. Maroney, who fumbled initially, got in there and caused that next fumble. But he did a very good job of hustling. Watson the catch, 11. Susie Calder.
Well, Mike, coming into the game, the thing that Sean Payton was most concerned about were the injuries in the secondary, but he said what's been so effective are all the different looks and then getting pressure on Brady and walking off the field, going into the locker room. He's showing me the stat sheet that he's handed, and what he's most proud of is that the Pats were just 3 of 8 on third down in the first half. Randy Moss, 1 of 9. Randall Gay, who started at cornerback, re-injured the hammy, but Mike McKenzie has done such a great job.
Watch that secondary through the second half. Again, guys have only been here a couple of weeks. McAllister and McKenzie playing their first games for the Saints here tonight. Brady with that deep drop was looking to find a way and a place to get it open, and he wanted a flag thrown because his receiver couldn't get there.
The Saints secondary has been sharp. They are playing man-based schemes. They are in the pockets of the Patriots wide receivers.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Intentional grounding, number 12, offense. Holding, number 27, defense. By rule, the penalties will offset. First down.
Well, Tom Brady's looking for somebody to throw the ball to. I got a feeling he knows his progressions, but there's nobody out there. They held his check down receiver. That's the reason nobody's out there. Good call by the official.
Patriots still have not been assessed a penalty here in the game tonight. 2 on the Saints. And Brady's throw is caught by Randy Moss, who put it on the ground but got it back. And that's a first down across the 40. Sammy Morris for a gain of a yard. And Scott Fujita came up to make the play.
It's been tough on this Patriot offense. They've had so many guys come and go. They're down to their third left tackle. Lavor's playing over there. Their second right guard. You see Connolly in there playing. They started with Fred Taylor, Joey Galloway, Edelman. All these players are gone. They've made multiple changes. but you got to give the Saints a lot of credit. This defense is flying around, they're mixing coverages, and they're having fun right now.
Confusion on who is supposed to move where. Flag comes down as Welker doesn't catch the pass.
The Patriots just out of sync right now.
Well, it's an illegal formation. And you don't see that happen.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 78, lined up in the backfield. The penalty will be declined. Third down.
You know, Ben Watson's got to be set. He's got to be on the line of scrimmage. He's got to be set for a full count before you can bring motion. That's a day-one training camp error. That's uncommon from the Patriots.
We can see Falk and Brady were trying to tell him he was in the wrong spot. That's because he wasn't setting in the motion happy while the flag was thrown. 3rd and 9. 8 in coverage. Brady finds the spot on the sideline for Sam Aiken. And a first down across midfield into Saints territory. Gain of 11.
It's all about protection. That time the Saints came with their 3-man rush, dropped 8 into coverage. Tom Brady had ample time in the pocket to survey the field. You'll see him right here, surveying, checking it out, aligning his protection, sliding, bringing the motion. Now he knows what he's got. In the pocket, delivers the deep comeback to Aiken. First down, Patriots.
Opening drive of the second half. Pats down 14. Maroney shut down by Jonathan Vilma. Lost him a couple of yards to the guy who calls the signals for this defense. Was the Rookie of the Year with the Jets 6 years ago.
You know, Jonathan Vilma played these guys twice a year coming from the Jets, and you know he wants a piece of the Patriots in this one. He just runs right through a gap. That's what you call shooting your gun and making an outstanding tackle in the open field. That guy's a heck of a football player. And that rivalry that he's been a part of, the Jets-Patriots, he's been on the losing end of that a long time. I knew he wanted this one bad.
Second down, Brady finding space in the pocket. And uncorking for Moss. Brady's got it at the 10. Tries to split the tackle, brought down at the 3. It'll be 1st and goal, and the Patriots getting right back in this one.
Well, Tom Brady not noted for his mobility to move and run, but he can move and throw as well as anyone. The pressure off the 3-man rush. You'll see him move to his left, surveying the field once again. He just chucks this one down to field of Moss. You see the jam from McAllister. He pumps back to the inside. Now he just breaks his route going down the field. And we all know Randy, when he throws that arm up, he's going deep.
That's 3 catches.
Extra lineman checks in for the Patriots. Maroney to the left walks into the end zone. And how big was that fumble by Cedric Ellis as he picked it up and tried to run and get some extra yards. Maroney, who fumbled it, got it back as he forced the turnover and gets the touchdown.
Patriots don't have a lot of plays on the goal line. They love running the stretch play left and right. They went right for their first touchdown. They come right back to Maroney after the fumble, and he's got his 2nd touchdown. I love to see the head coach, Bill Belichick, come right back to his young back, Maroney. He knows he needs him. Great drive by New England.
Gostowski adds the extra point. There you see Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, wife Myra sitting next to him. Robert, 16th year of ownership, 3 Super Bowls, 17 playoff wins. What a turnaround to this franchise. He and his son Jonathan, who's the president of the Patriots, have been able to engineer. Here to watch his team try to bounce back, 24-10 down at the half. They score the 7th as start this 3rd quarter. They start this drive from the 26 and look for a sideline shot. Another big play. There goes Colston through the secondary. Colston pulling away to the 6. 69 yards on that one.
Drew Brees can make all the throws, and they're jumping the ball right now in a no-huddle situation. after a big play. They love to run the bootleg.
And a first and goal from the 6. They'll hand it this time to Mike Bell. 4-2.
Just watch the throw. Colston at the top of the screen on the right side. It's the back shoulder throw. There's nothing that Jonathan Wilhite can do right here. The coverage is not bad. The ball's thrown perfectly. And Marcus Colston after the catch, he's like all these other Saints. These guys are incredible. You forgot Marcus Colston was here tonight,
Wow.
didn't you?
Yeah. He's here. Lionel Hamilton has checked in, the 3rd running back used by the Saints tonight. Breeze throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Darnell Dinkins. Take your pick.
Sometimes you get down here on a goal line and you run corner routes, but here's Dinkins sneaking through the backfield, unaccounted for.
Bill Belichick can't believe what he's seeing out of his defense. They just can't stop the Saints.
It's been an unbelievable offensive show. 31 points here in the first 36 minutes of this one.
They've had 4 pass plays of 30-plus yards, all on first down. So they found something juicy, and they are going after it on first down.
Morstead's kick will be taken out from a few yards deep by Matthew Slater. Lionel Hamilton. Hello.
Well, we've been talking about the offense of the Saints, the defense of the Saints. How about special teams?
This guy makes 2 hits on 1 play. He gets off a block. That's a collision. Look at that. Get off a block and make a tackle. Everybody wants a piece of this one tonight.
You give equal credit to Courtney Roby, the kickoff return guy who had the low hit on the return man Slater. It took all of a minute 22 for the Saints to respond to the Patriots touchdown. And now Brady's got to bring him back again. Second time they hand it to Welker coming around. The speed of Welker for first down, and at 15 more added on that. Vilma hit him while he was on the paint. That's a good call. And a bad decision.
Yes. We talk about Welker's quickness.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 51 with the defense. Late hit. Out of bounds. 15-yard penalty automatic. First down.
That's not a good play by John Vilma at all. Sometimes you just got to control yourself, and he knows better than that. But when you give Tom Brady this kind of field position, I'm telling you, there's a lot of time left in this game. This is the one guy you better really be careful with giving free passes to.
Patriots just have to onside kick so they can keep the ball and keep it out of Breeze's hands. Sammy Morris weaving through the right. He gets to midfield. This is Morris's first game back. Missed a month with a knee injury.
You know, the New England Patriots, talking to their players, coaches last night, they know they haven't won a game on the road yet this year. Now, you can say they played in London and they beat Tampa over there, but both teams had road trips. They're 0-3 on the road, and they've been outscored 47-10 in the second half of those games. They want to step up in this atmosphere and pull one out.
There's an ocean and an opponent in the way of that game being a quality road win. Here's Falk returning to the state of Louisiana. Born here, went to LSU, runs to the 36. First down.
Boy, the Patriots do a lot in the shotgun. And one of the things they do better than anybody is run the ball. Here's just a draw play out of a 2-back shotgun set. And Kevin Falk loves these delayed carries. But the Patriots, not only do they throw it out of the gun more than anybody in football, they've run the ball 75 times, which is uncommon for teams in the shotgun.
And they are showing great patience on this drive.
time they bring more to pressure Brady. It's caught for Watson. 2nd and 8. Here's pressure with 7, and the pass is incomplete as Mike McKenzie breaks it up, intended for Sam Aiken.
Boy, this Mike McKenzie, he has played a lot of football. He has guts that don't even fit in his uniform. This guy reads the quick game, drives the slant route. He just got here. He had a horrific injury last year. He comes in here. The Saints players love it. Tom Brady sees single coverage. He signals it out there. We're going after McKenzie. Bang! McKenzie steps up, meets the challenge.
He's set up for that double move, though, John. He's biting.
3rd and 8. There's a Brady throw. It's caught by Aiken. He made McKenzie miss and got the first down. Sharper escorts him to the sideline, but a nice job and a busy night it is for Sam Aiken, the receiver.
I love what Tom Brady did there. He said there's no way McKenzie's going to do that again. So Brady gives him another signal. He looks out here to his left. He sees McKenzie. He says, "You made me mad." He gives him a hitch this time. He sticks it out there, and Aiken wins.
You absolutely nailed it, John. You look at McKenzie. He's been playing that inside technique. The slant isn't there. Go to the hitch route or take it to the outside. Brady well aware of what they're doing defensively.
Now McKenzie has Moss at the bottom of the screen. They'll run the other way with Morris. And Sammy takes it to the 13-yard line. Jonathan Vilma with the tackle. We talked about how the red zone would be a key to this game, how each side does. And thus far, it's a stalemate in the red zone.
I'm surprised the Saints have even been in the red zone. My neck is sore.
That's right.
I'm watching these guys run left and right up here. But this is a critical scoring situation, obviously, for New England. If they can answer that last score with one of their own, we're going to have a wild finish tonight.
Moss and Welker are same side, bottom of the screen. Brady looking that way, rolling that way. And it's out of the pocket. Throws it near the line of scrimmage. Now they're checking Pete Morelli to make sure that the throw is far enough.
As the quarterback is out of the pocket, and the ball in the line of scrimmage.
Those of you who couldn't hear over the din, he was out of the pocket and got it near or at the line of scrimmage. So it's legal, not a grounding call on 3rd down.
You know, having played here twice a year for the last, playing the Saints twice a year for 7 years, I can't remember the Superdome being this souped up, man.
They are lathered. They're lathered up.
Moss is up at the top. Brady retreating as he throws. It's caught at the 10-yard line. It's 4th and 3. 11-point game would be the score if they choose to go for a field goal here. I think you got to go touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, Welker loves these underneath routes. You'll see him, number 83 to the right of your screen. Watson clears. He comes underneath. Brady underdressed. Didn't get a lot of zip on that ball. But once again, outstanding tackling in the secondary. Malcolm Jenkins.
4th down, going for it.
And he is.
Timeout. Fourth and 4. He moved Moss so he could see what the Saints were going to do. They still bring the heat. The throw to Randy. It's incomplete. McKenzie jumped it, knocked it away. Saints take over.
It's just one-on-one. They run a quick out. They're working Mike McKenzie. He doesn't back up at all. He drives a quick game. Excellent break on the ball once again by Mike McKenzie. Gutsy call, Ron.
It was almost like McKenzie was in the huddle and knew the route that Moss was going to run. Never moved his feet backwards, drove the route. Outstanding anticipation for a corner.
Mike Bell's the back from the 10. Runs up the middle for about 6 yards to the 16. There goes Thomas to the right. He's a yard shy of the first down. You know, one of the things that I was curious when we talked to the Patriots, they played the Jets, which is a really nice team to have waiting when you're trying to get over a very tough loss like that. But I wondered how long it would linger. And you made a good point of what happens when you lose a game like that.
When you lose a game with a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Indianapolis Colts, it never leaves you, ever. The Patriots are a class organization. They take pride in finishing. And when you have a 17-point lead and you don't finish, that stays with you for a while.
Third and 1, and they run it 3 times with Mike Bell taking it and Vince Wilfork to the 24 for a first down.
When I go back to the New Orleans Saints and being around these guys all week, that guy right there, he says, hey, let's not get caught up in this New England Patriot mystique. A lot of these Patriots had nothing to do with their 06 Super Bowl because they weren't even here. They've had a lot of injuries. They've got a totally reconstructed defense. And obviously it's a work in progress still tonight.
Breeze to Meacham. Great move by Meacham. Oh, and a move he made on a Dallas Thomas, and the first down at the 37-yard line.
Once again, Sean Payton by design, getting Drew Brees on the edge. Just check the ball down. Dallas Thomas just got left hanging out there when Meacham makes this catch. Breaks to the sideline. Thomas can't make the play. Not only the speed, John, but the quickness of these wide receivers.
I'm telling you, they're too hot to handle. They've got so much firepower. And Lance Moore, their leading receiver, and Reggie Bush, they're not even active tonight.
Did you say Reggie Bush?
Breeze is at 10 in a row. And they finally get to him as a Dallas Thomas. I'll get you for faking me out there. I'll get a sack. And they bring Drew Brees down for a loss. You know, that second quarter, Drew Brees threw 3 touchdown passes. Note this, guys. It's the first quarterback to throw 3 touchdown passes in a quarter against a team that Bill Belichick was the head coach, the Cleveland or Patriots days.
That's unbelievable.
That's amazing.
That's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
And look at these total numbers. Pierre Thomas is the back on 2nd and 14. Merriweather and Guyton get up to get to him. Now we'll have a 3rd and long for this New England defense here at the back end of the 3rd quarter.
But, you know, you go back to Drew Brees, his work ethic. How about last year? Sean Payton tells us a story. They're on their bye week.
Yeah.
He looks outside. He sees Drew Brees out there by himself throwing footballs.
On Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Afternoon at 1 o'clock, Payton says, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm just simulating the game, trying to keep my game time in order. He says, well, are we winning? Brees says, yeah, we're winning 27-20. I've got my 33 throws in. This guy has a regimen that is incredible.
The play clock and the game clock are nearly synced, and I think Brees and Payton were trying to figure out if they could run it all the way down because they couldn't get a play communicated in. So they'll take the timeout. Brees, a 3rd down throw, is incomplete. And the Patriots defense finally able to stop New Orleans.
One of the few inaccurate throws by Drew Brees this evening. He probably won't sleep over that one.
Well, that was big because they had scored touchdowns on their last 4 full drives. They only took a knee on that one-play drive at the end of the half, and he keeps the Patriots alive in this one as Welker goes back. Remember, he had a 41-yard punt return in the first quarter. Thomas Morstead the kick. Welker fair catches it, and it was 50 yards, taking West back to the 15-yard line. New England down 14. Brady taking a shot downfield, and a step and overthrows Sam Aiken, and incomplete.
You've got to hit that one. There is no question Tom Brady read the coverage properly. He has them open. You'll see Tom here in the pocket. He reads the one-on-one coverage, lays it out just a little bit too far for Aiken. Tom cannot be happy with that one, and you can see by his facial expression he's angry.
see how the Patriots have struggled in the final period of road games. They did have leads going into the second half of those road losses at the Jets, at Denver, and of course the Colts game. Falk chased down by Ellis, gain of 1.
Boy, they missed Cedric Ellis. He's missed 4 or 5 games. Hurt that knee. He's back. He's a very good run player. He can rush the passer. Look at him. Disengage from the guard, find the ball, accelerate, and make the tackle. Cedric Ellis, a top 10 pick a couple years ago. He's just starting to live up to his height, and it's good to have him back.
The Saints defensive line certainly has shown up tonight, John, in the running game as well as putting some heat on Brady.
On third down, the pressure from the right. Got away from Charles Grant. Pass is caught by Welker, but tackled by the rookie, Malcolm Jenkins. It's a 3 and out for the Patriots.
Well, the Saints are coming from all kinds of directions, and you'll see an unblocked defender come on the right side of the screen, and it's Charles Grant, the one guy you have to account for. Greg Williams and his defensive staff deserve a lot of credit. They're rushing 3, then they rush 3 again. Then it's 4, then it's man, then it's zone. They are mixing things up extremely well. They have no tendencies right now on defense.
Hansen boots away. 47 yards and fielded by Henderson at the sideline. Devery Henderson looking to pick up blocks. He'll go down at the 25-yard line. Breeze, first down. What a throw to the back shoulder of Colston. Gallops through the secondary across midfield to the 48, the first down. 27.
Again, first down passing by Drew Brees, getting explosive plays.
That's the old Sluggo scene. He wants a slant and go to his right. He's going to look over here to the right and move the free safety and vacate the seam. And New England covers it. Look down here. They cover the Sluggo. They have the seam covered, but you can't defend a perfect pass. New England covers the double move, then they cover the seam, and there's just nothing you can do. That's big-time passing right there.
Mike Bell left. And the play-action passes a rare incompletion. There he is with the pocket compressing, fires a shot. Inside, Meacham's going to get it in front of Lee Bodden for a first down. Thomas running, and they're getting yards in 4- or 5-yard chunks as Gerard Mayo in on the tackle. Pierre Wood's going to make this stop at a no-gainer for Mike Bell. Number 32, Breeze sprints out. It's just pitch and catch here.
It's surgery. It's clinical. The accuracy is just uncanny.
And you couple that with play calling too, Jaws. Sean Payton's anticipating the blitz in a key situation. So he gap protects and moves the pocket to the right. He runs a 2-man route, and Breeze, as you said, is on time, firm and accurate. It's play design, play calling, and great players. And that's a great recipe, if you ask me.
Is that all? You would know. That's simple. You've been holding out on us for 11 weeks, and that's it? That's the secret?
Gotta have some players.
My best shot this week.
That's great. That's it. Here's Bell. Merriweather hits him. Bell turns and goes as he's been doing all year. Gain of 5.
The Patriots are desperate right now on defense. Look at them. They're going to be blitzing from everywhere, especially up the middle, trying to disrupt these obvious rundown calls. But the New Orleans Saints go to their banger, their closer, Mike Bell, and New Orleans is loving this right now. That clock is ticking away, and Tom Brady's standing over there with Randy Moss and Wes Welker helpless.
And, John, how about some props to that old line? The guys inside, Jonathan Goodwin, Carl Nix, Jari Evans, been dominant inside. We very seldom have mentioned Vince Wilfork this evening.
Breeze pumping, throwing, caught for another touchdown. Give me 5.
and phrases to praise this offense. I'm speechless. There's so many wonderful things they're doing.
Marcus Colston for the touchdown catch as Carney has the extra point. Morstead, another touchback. He's got 4 of those. Here's Falk.
And obviously the Patriots are going to go right to the no huddle. 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. They've got to get as many plays off as fast as they can, and they've got to move it quick.
Down by 21 as we come across the halfway point of the quarter. Brady looking for anything, throwing deep downfield, going to be picked up, and there is Darren Sharper's 62nd of his career, and this big return can get him in the record books. Brought down at the 26-yard line. He needed 42 yards on the return to set a single-season NFL record.
Well, it's a 21-point game. The New Orleans Saints are playing that soft Tampa 2. Everybody's dropping. There's nowhere to go down the field. They cover his check down. Tom Brady buys some time and makes an out-of-character throw. That play had no chance.
Scott Chandler did a terrific job of jumping the route. The check down to Kevin Falk gave Brady nowhere to go with the football. Now you see Moss heading up the sideline. Well, he knows he's not getting the football. And the throw way to the inside. Sharper makes the play. An ill-advised throw by Tom Brady. But hey, when you're down, many as they are, by 21, you try to make a play.
Here is Bell running inside the 25-yard line. Darren Sharp has been the leader back there in the secondary. Came over as a free agent from the Vikings. He had 38 yards in that interception return, so he's 4 shy of the all-time record for the most interception yards in a season in NFL history. And as I said, that's his 62nd interception of his career, his 9th all-time.
You got 5 games left.
Yes. And by the way, Ed Reed, who we hope to see next week with the Ravens against Green Bay, he has the record for the most in one season.
And Drew Brees is using all the clock. They break the huddle with 11 seconds. They'll snap it inside of 3.
Bell with the carry. New Orleans has 7 here in this quarter. Trying to add to that and add to this.
Wow.
Breeze. A shot for number 6. Intended for Henderson. John, we mentioned it when we were here a few weeks ago. He was your quarterback coach when you were in Philadelphia. You got to know Sean Payton a decade or so ago.
Yeah, I can take credit, Ray Rhodes and I, for at least recognizing talent way back then. But this guy, you knew from the very beginning, he had all the things that it took to be great. He has a tremendous work ethic. He's a charismatic guy. There's not many people more fun to be around than him. But he works at it. He's got brains. And the players love playing for him.
John Carney missed it to the right. He's not had a good night kicking. It's been the only bad spot here for the Saints. As Ben Jarvis Green-Ellis takes the snap from Brian Hoyer as the backup quarterback is in there for the Patriots. The rookie out of Michigan State, a free agent, was not drafted. Hoyer is the only other quarterback on the roster, and Tom Brady's night is done. So Hoyer will see some action at the back end of this one.
You know, Mike, all night we've been talking about Greg Williams, what an outstanding job he has done with this defense here in New Orleans. But, hey, how about some props for Bill Johnson, the defensive line coach, Joe Vitt, the linebacker coach, Dennis Allen, the defensive backs. They've all shown up tonight.
Yeah, when you talk about Dennis Allen, here's a young secondary coach. All his secondary players are gone.
They're sitting on the bench over there.
Jabari Greer doesn't play. Randall Gay doesn't play. Tracy Porter, their starter's not playing. That's their top 3 corners. By the way, Tom Brady's in town with the Patriots, and you're suiting up Chris McAllister, Mike McKenzie. How do you bring these guys up to speed in this system to play this well in this stage?
Coaching. Coach them up. And they did.
3rd and 8 for the rookie Hoyer. His pass intended for Isaiah Stanback is incomplete. It'll be a 3 and out for the rookie. There's Randy Moss. A very quiet night for Randy. 3 catches, 67 yards. That one big play that he had. Wes Welker. They really limited Welker's yards after the catch, which is where he's been leading the NFL.
Darren Sharper, Roman Harper coming down inside, playing that lurk coverage, one of their safeties. Wow, they were all over Welker. They gave him no yards after the catch.
And the fans stay on their feet and cheer throughout here. Fair catch, signal for made.
This has not been a quality Patriot performance tonight.
Breeze remains in the game. Bell runs to the right. 4-5. So do you have questions about how New England responds here over the last 5 games and where they fit in the playoff picture in the AFC?
Mike, I think you have to. I've always believed Bill Belichick has a snapshot of what his team is going to look like the last 4 games of the season. Play those first 12, make the adjustments, which they've been doing. He can't be real happy with what he sees that snapshot right now. They've been torched on the defensive side of the football. Tom Brady had been harassed. They got nothing out of their other receivers. You know, even Welker and Moss really didn't have a big night.
Bell again for a couple of yards to the 28-yard line. It's funny, as you were talking, and I asked you about where the Patriots are in their remaining schedule. So look at that shot of Tom and Bill, and we have not seen that very often. We have not seen that look up at the scoreboard and what in the world is going on with our team. It's very rare.
Well, those 2 guys are the big reason why the Patriots have a chance to be a factor at the end of this whole thing. But when you trade Richard Seymour the day before, 2 days before the first game, Ted Bruschi's gone, Harrison's gone, they are reconstructing their football team. But they have Brady, they have Coach Belichick, they still have Randy Moss and enough good players to play great when they have to.
Bell the first down. Mayo tackles him shy of the 35. But we have a penalty marker down.
Number 85, offense. 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
But, you know, we can sit here and talk about the doom and gloom of New England, but what a great opportunity to talk about the New Orleans Saints. 11 straight victories, and they were dominant tonight. And they did it on both sides of the ball with some key members of their secondary out, without Reggie Bush, without their leading receiver last year, Lance Moore. This quarterback, this system, this football team, this city is on fire.
You know, you look for signature wins. This clearly is a signature win by the New Orleans Saints. This really was their litmus test tonight. They wanted to go up against a good football team, an organization with an amazing reputation of quality. Well, they pummeled them tonight.
The penalty sends it back, so we have 3rd and 14 now. We saw Bell was banged up, so Thomas comes in and runs. That'll be 4th down. It'll get us to the 2-minute warning. You know, guys, we've never had in the same season 2 teams open 11-0. And the Colts keep finding ways to outlast the opponents in the 4th quarter, and the Saints continue their role. And you know how the 72 Dolphins always keep a little champagne on ice? It's going to be really cold. It's on ice into December again. 11-0. Almost hard to believe that New Orleans Saints, the franchise that first gave us the bags on the heads of the fans. It's so hard to change the culture they have. Minute 52 left. Pats will take over at the 33. Out of Cleveland, Ohio, and Michigan State, quarterback Hoyer completes it to Sam Aiken. As Hoyer throws, it is through the hands of Stanback. Hoyer brought down. Will Smith, who's in the top 5 in the NFL in sacks, adds another one to his total, along with Jeff Charleston.
Yeah, Will Smith took a lot of grief last year, but he played through a serious sports hernia. He's healthy this year. He's one of the league leaders in sacks, and he loves playing in these situations.
He came up big tonight.
Enough. Game over. Only 2 teams in 11 games have scored more points than these Saints, and this magical offensive run and season run continues. And Bill Belichick with a nice word for Sean Payton on the success of this team. 38-17. The Pats fall to 7-4.